Draft you?
I tried to get rid of him once, but all he did was ride around the block and bivouac in the cellar.
Liz, you're exaggerating. Where's Katie?
Oh, you mean Pocahontas? She's upstairs, lying down.
Oh. What happened to her?
General Timberlake insisted she smoke a peace pipe with him, and now Pocahontas heap sick Indian.
Well, I warned you about him.
I know. It was a rugged day, but I'm still glad I did it. It cheered him up. He was lonesome because he'd had a fight with his girlfriend, Miss Higgins.
My poor little tired papoose.
George, how about giving the city of Atlanta a kiss?
All right.
Gee, that was more like the whole state of Georgia. Kiss me again. Let's make this Alabama, Tennessee, and Virginia.
Okay.
Wow, the solid South.
Come on, sit on my lap, Scarlett O'Hara.
All right. Hey, how do you happen to kiss so good?
Oh, it's your inspiration. You're enough to make Mason throw away his Dixon.
Hold me tight, George.
How's this?
Tighter.
Oh, but Liz.
Go ahead, George. Pretend I'm a sack of walnuts and crack my shells.
Look, Nutty, move over a minute. You're crushing my carnation.
George, you know, sometimes when I'm with you, I get the strangest ringing in my ears. There it is again.
No, honey, that's the phone.
Oh. Hello? Oh, yes, General. Yes. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly. You see, well, General, it's just that, well, if you put it that way, General, all right. Goodbye.
Well, Liz?
That was my commanding officer. We march at dawn.
What do you mean?
We're going to spend tomorrow at the museum, and we're taking somebody along with us.
I pity the poor devil who's going with you.
So do I. It's you.
Oh, no. I'm not going, and that's final.
But, George, he wants you to go so much, and I promised you would.
I'm sorry, Liz. I'm not going.
George, he gave us a choice. If we don't go to the museum, he's coming over to reenact the burning of Rome, and he wants you to be Nero.
I surrender. What time does the museum open?
You are listening to My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball with Richard Denning. This is the story of Mr. and Mrs. Cougat, of Liz and George, and especially Liz, who made a gesture of friendship to their next-door neighbor, the General, a gesture that was a signal for a full-scale invasion. Well, the General is not only anxious to be friends, he seems to want to form a permanent military alliance. Well, Saturday morning, the General, Captain George, and Lieutenant Liz made an inspection tour of the museum. Well, Saturday afternoon, they all had target practice in the backyard. And now the captain and his first lieutenant are back in their own camp discussing strategy.
Where's the General now, Liz?
He went home to get cleaned up, but he's coming back in half an hour, so you better fill the bathtub with ice cubes.
Fill the bathtub with ice cubes? Why?
He's going to demonstrate how Washington crossed the Delaware.
Oh, Liz, I can't stand much more of this Army life.
Neither can I. On the last march around the museum, my feet felt like 2 blisters with shoes.
Well, I've had enough. Oh, he's a nice old guy, but when he asked me to climb inside the barrel of that cannon, that was the last straw.
He just wanted you to see if the powder was dry.
Yeah, well, if it had been, when he lit that fuse, I'd have been real gone.
George, I've got an idea. There's only one way to get rid of the General. We'll patch things up with Winifred Higgins.
How?
Well, they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. We'll have them both over for dinner.
Yeah, I think you've got something there. Give them 1 ear of corn between them, and they're bound to get together. George, this is a terrible flop. The General and Miss Higgins aren't even speaking to each other. What'll we do? Well, keep trying, honey. Maybe they'll break down. All right, but help me, will you? Okay. Oh, that was a delicious dinner, dear.
Thank you, George.
Yes, that was a wonderful dinner, Mrs. Cougat.
Thank you, Miss Higgins.
Yes, sir, that was a real good mess, Sergeant.
Well, this is nice. All of us being here together, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Miss Higgins,
Yes?
how's everything at the library?
Yes, Miss Higgins. How is everything at the library?
Oh, fine.
That's nice. People still reading as much as ever, I suppose.
Yes, yes, they are.
That's nice. Help me, George.
All right. Miss Higgins,
Yes, Mr. Cougat?
read any good books lately?
Say, Miss Cougat, did I ever tell you about the War of 1812?
Yes, you did.
Say, Mr. Cougat, did I ever tell you about the War of 1812?
Yes, you did.
Say...
Yes, you did.
General, there's a moon out tonight, and there's a swing on the porch. Isn't there somebody you'd like to take out there?
Well, no. Yes, there is.
Well, then.
But what'll Mr. Cougat and Miss Higgins do whilst we're gone?
General, I meant Miss Higgins.
Oh, no, Miss Cougat. I'd much rather talk to you.
Oh, please, General.
You remember the fun we had yesterday when I charged and ripped your skirt?
Well,
Please, General.
And then we knocked over Bunker Hill and spent an hour together in the dark.
Well,
General, the next thing you'll be telling them how we took Fort Sumter and got locked in the closet.
well.
Now, wait a minute, please. George, say something.
Hi, Liz.
Mrs. Cougat, it's very sweet of you trying to patch things up with a certain party who mutilates books in the public library. But I just don't want to patch things up with a certain party who always has to eat and read at the same time.
Well, I like to eat whilst I'm reading.
Yes. But how does it look when you open a history book and find the pilgrim setting foot on a piece of salami?
Now, Miss Higgins...
And the other day, a little boy wanted to know why the Constitution was written on a fried egg. Imagine leaving food in a book.
Leave it. I put it there. Them was bookmarks. Learn yourself.
George, you'd better say something.
Read any good salami lately?
General, you know perfectly well you want to be friends with Miss Higgins again.
No, I don't. I don't need Miss Higgins now that I found you. You're my new aide-de-camp. You can bring your duffel bag to my headquarters any day.
General, please. You don't understand. My duffel belongs to George.
I don't care, Miss Cougat. I don't care. You may be assigned to another battalion, but I can get you transferred for active duty.
Mrs. Cougat, if you don't mind, I think I'll go home. Thank you for the dinner. Thanks for everything. Oh, I've had a wonderful time.
Now, General, aren't you ashamed of yourself? You've made her cry.
Well, didn't expect her to do that.
I tried to get you two together, and what do? You ruin it.
Now, Liz, it isn't all the general's fault. Don't forget it was your idea.
Well, I might have known this would happen. Just when the battle's going against me, my own captain looks me in the face and shoots me in the back.
Liz, you can smile now. The general's gone.
Oh, George, when it comes to messing things up, I can outmess anybody in the whole world.
Well, you only get in these messes because you're so generous and try to help people out.
George, now the general wants me for his aide-de-camp.
Oh, honey, the general's unpredictable. He probably won't visit us again for days.
You think so?
I know so.
Attention!
George, salute with both hands. I can't get up.
As you were. Just came over to thank you for your courageous and unselfish service to a comrade in arms.
General, the only comrade in my arms is going to be George Cougat.
It's in our contract.
Well, now, Miss Cougat, don't you worry about me. Miss Higgins and I finally made up. Yeah, we're as close as Kaiser and Fraser.
Miss Higgins isn't mad at you anymore.
No. She was waiting for me by the hydrangea bush. And she said I could take books out just so long I kept mustard off my bookmarks.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The end of a perfect day.
Yeah. Of course, now there's just one thing that kind of worries me.
What's that?
Miss Cougat, I was using my charms on you for selfish reasons, and if it turns your head, I'm sorry. I was just trying to make Miss Higgins jealous.
Why, General.
General, you're kind of a wolf.
Yeah. With my hair, I'm more of a silver fox, don't you think? Guess I better be getting back to the library. But, say, before I go, did I ever tell you about the Spanish-American War? Now, there was a fracas. We was down in the Philippines, see, and was hot
General,
as Billy,
General.
Huh?
Now, come on, confess. You weren't really in the Spanish-American War, were you?
Well, you know something, Miss Cougat? I really was. Bye.
I never want to live through 2 days like this again.
It was kind of hectic, wasn't it?
It reminds me of our honeymoon.
Our honeymoon. Now, there was a fracas.
Asleep, George?
No.
Thinking of something?
Yes.
What?
Sleeping.
George, it's stuffy in here. One of us forgot to open the window.
Yeah. One of us forgot to open the window.
One of us ought to get up and do it.
Yeah. One of us ought to get up and do it.
Well, somebody's got to do it. What are you waiting for?
A burglar.
Oh, George, please.
All right. Now, the window's stuck. I can't raise it.
That's funny.
There is a burglar. He's looking in the window and he's wearing striped pajamas.
George, you're trying to raise the mirror.
I thought he was a pretty good-looking burglar.
Oh, come back over here and kiss me.
Okay. But I kissed you last night and got my ear caught in a curler.
I'm not wearing curlers tonight.
What are you wearing?
Pajamas, they're warmer.
Well, here's your good night kiss.
Oh, George, I'm lucky to be married to you.
Why?
Because if I weren't, I'd get in a lot of trouble sneaking over here every night for a kiss. Good night, George.
My Favorite Husband has been presented through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.